Adrian, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the world-famous Goodison Park. There's a song that rings around this famous old stadium. It's a grand old club to play for. It's a grand old team to support. And if you know your history, it makes your heart go. Manchester United have a rich history too, and Erik ten Hag certainly knows all about it. According to reports this week, this time 7 days ago, he'd just finished an epic rant in which he asked his chastened players, who had just lost 6-3 to Manchester City, if they knew what it meant to represent them, given the history of the club. Well, it didn't look like it at the Etihad Stadium. To be honest, there have been a few times this season when a few of them have resembled antiques from the club's museum. Ronaldo's best is past him, says Wayne Rooney today. Maguire can't get in the team. He's been on a golf break to clear his head this week. Rashford is scoring again, but against Europa League minnows. And although they hold the record for championships in England, the last one came so long ago that one of the starters tonight wasn't even in high school at the time, and one of the substitutes was 10. Everton's good old days are also way in the past, but Frank Lampard has calmed the recent chaos and produced a 7-game unbeaten run and the best defence in the league, and that is a foundation on which he can build, if you know your history. The team news then, one change for Everton. Gordon is back after illness. He comes in on the right-hand side of the attack. Pickford is the goalkeeper. Coleman, Cody, Tarkowski and Mykolenko the back four. Onana and Gay will hold in midfield. Iwobi will have licence to go a bit further forward. Gordon, Mopé and Damari Gray spearhead the attack. Begovic, Keane, McNeil, Calvert-Lewin, Davis, Vinagre, Rondon, former United player James Garner and Carl John on the bench. Manchester United, De Gea in goal, Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez and Shaw, and then Casemiro and Eriksen, Anthony, Fernandes and Rashford behind Anthony, Martial in attack. Heaton, Ronaldo, Malacia, Fred Varane, Sancho, Pellistri, Elanga and McTominay are amongst the substitutes. Our referee tonight is David Coote, and he was the fourth official at the Etihad Stadium last Sunday. He blows his whistle. All the players take the knee in No Room for Racism Week, Black History Month, to celebrate social justice and ask for racial equality. We're underway live on TalkSport with Mickey Gray alongside me in the commentary box. Tomorrow night we decamp to Nottingham for Forest against Villa in midweek European competition. Will keep you warm in the evening. Laura and Ali will wake you up in the morning with the best sports breakfast around. Right now it's Manchester United, hoping history doesn't repeat itself at Goodison, live and only on TalkSport. And Mickey Gray, important for Everton to settle quickly and not allow Manchester United to do so.
Absolutely, Sam. Completely right. They need to get off to a bright start. I think we were just talking before kick-off about the atmosphere in the stadium.
The blue shirts coming forward over the halfway line after Onana picks it up on halfway. Gordon with a cross. It's very deep and it's over the head of everybody coming towards the penalty area in blue. It's over the head of Mopé and it goes out of play. And Onana, who's head and shoulders above everybody in terms of height, turns round, does a few what can only be described as jumping jacks, and encourages the team and the supporters behind the goal in the park stand to get behind the team and elevate the level of noise inside this stadium. Everton 0, Manchester United 0, live on TalkSport, a minute played, and Everton shooting from left to right in the first half in blue shirts, white shorts, white socks, and Manchester United in red shirts, black shorts and black socks attacking the goal away to our left, the Gladys Street. Eriksen in midfield, dabs it to Casemiro, making his first Premier League start. Under pressure from Onana, releases the ball. Coleman intervenes. It was a bit late from Onana, and that's going to be a free kick midway inside Manchester United territory, dead in the centre.
If you're going to play conditions of a game on an evening, Sam, this is absolutely perfect. We've had that little bit of rain sprinkle on the pitch just before kick-off. An incredible atmosphere as you were hoping for as we kicked off. And two sides that have really got to go for it. There's incentives there. Certainly one for Everton. They can go above their biggest rivals, and if they get a win here tonight, they can go above Manchester United. And Manchester United are trying themselves to stay on the coattails of the top four.
Yeah, a win takes Everton above Liverpool and Manchester United in the early table of this 22-23 season. Rashford on the left-hand side, poor ball infield cut off by Idrissa Gueye. A bit short from Mopé, and a sharp intake of breath because Gordon looked as if he was going to be crunched by Martinez. Didn't quite happen like that. The ball is smuggled towards the left side of the Everton penalty area and then given away by Everton as they meant to clear it. Fernandes back in field. Ericsson gives it to Mopé. He gives it back to Fernandes. A little bit scrappy in the early portion of the game here. Still goalless on TalkSport under the lights with rain drizzling around Merseyside. Ericsson, long sleeve red shirt, just short of the centre circle, left side of it, back to Lindelof, who's back in the Manchester United team because of the, well, I think it must be an injury to Varane really. He was taken off during the game 5 minutes before half-time against City last week. Lindelof is in the team tonight. He hasn't played very often this season. Victor Lindelof, it is his 200th appearance in Manchester United, but his first Premier League start of the campaign. Into Casemiro, square to Ericsson, who's just in front of the centre circle in the Everton half, and then he plays it back to Lindelof, who takes 4 strides forward before pushing it out wide right towards Anthony. Small, diminutive, wiry. Infield he goes to Anthony Martial, who had a bit of a hip problem actually in the warm-up. I don't know if you noticed that. They were a little bit concerned about it. Keep an eye on that throughout the course of the game. And Manchester United look to try and build with Martinez centre field.
Well, they started to settle down a little bit, Sam. And just going back to that challenge from Martinez, it was me with a gulp of air and a lot of Evertonians, because he jumped out off the ground, 2-footed, albeit they were very close to both players, and he did win the ball. But those are the type of challenges that we've tried to cut out of this game for many, many years. If you get those wrong, it's a leg breaker.
VAR is available tonight to our referee David Coote, and Andre Mariner is sitting in Stockley Park with Mark Perry, keeping an idea and an eye over everything that's happening here at Goodison Park tonight. Ball back to Lisandro Martinez, who has started every game for Manchester United this season since signing. £56.7 million signing from Ajax. Plays it back to his goalkeeper David De Gea, who plays it forward into Lindelof and then square to Martinez, whose long ball up front towards Martial is too heavy, and Jordan Pickford will come to the perimeter of his penalty area to collect it.
Some good tests tonight. Anthony Gordon against Luke Shaw, who's not had much game time of late, and Demarai Gray against Diogo Dalot. Really looking forward to seeing that when they get themselves into a 1v1 situation.
Thought Shaw played well when he came on Thursday night. Ball one over on the left-hand side by Nana. Now Gray picks it up and runs to the edge of the penalty area. Tries to split to the right, but it comes to Iwobi, who shoots in the far corner. What a goal! What a finish! What a season this boy is having! Alex Iwobi assisted 4 of Everton's 8 previous goals. He's just scored their 9th. The opener against Manchester United is a banger from the boot of Alex Iwobi. It's Everton 1, Manchester United 0. David De Gea could only watch and admire as that was pinged into the corner from 20 yards.
What a start to the game from Everton, on the front foot. And a player we were talking about before kick-off, giving the ball away, Casemiro, was won back by Everton in that midfield area. Demarai Gray picks out Iwobi, and a man on top of his form right now. He's got so much time just to slot that ball out onto his right foot and curl it past David De Gea, giving absolutely no chance. David De Gea stretching across to his left-hand side. It's a brilliant start and a brilliant finish, and just listen to that atmosphere in Goodison Park. What a start for Everton.
What a hit. And they love it. They absolutely love it. The Nigerian's name rings around Goodison Park. They celebrate wildly. They beat Manchester United here back in April, and they are in front against them again. United quick to try and respond. Down the right they come with Dalot. It's upfield and it's collected by Onana. And then he turns the ball over very quickly. He's already had a very big impact on this game, Onana, because he was the one who intervened to turn the ball over for the initial attack. 1-0 Everton lead against Manchester United, live on this Sunday night, only on TalkSport. Ball picked up by Gray over on the far side. His good run also contributed to that goal. Has it pinched off him by Casemiro, and then it's cleared away. What a setback for Manchester United.
But it's all deserved in the game. I mean, I don't see what game plan they've got so far, Sam. They're just trying to go from back to front, whether it's Lindelof or Martinez trying to get the ball up to Anthony Martial. Every time it's gone up to him, it's bounced back off his shins, and Everton are on the front foot yet again in that midfield area. And you mentioned Onana. What a start to the game he's had.
Frank Lampard presided over that 1-0 win in April. It was part of a late run to stay in the league. This week he talked about fight, he talked about the battle, but says they now are in a different phase. And now Manchester United, if they want to get anything from this game, have got to break down the best defence in the league. Rashford out towards the right side. Anthony into the penalty area. On the angle, back to Eriksen, who evades one challenge, tries to get a shot in, blocked by Cody. Comes back out to the edge of the box, kept alive by Casemiro. Switched by Fernandes to the far post. Anthony goes up there. It drops inside the box. He's picked up by Iwobi, and he hooks it towards the halfway line. Lindelof gets in front of Mopé, and Manchester United win possession back. 8 minutes gone in the game. You're listening to TalkSport. Everton 1, Manchester United 0. And remember, you'll be able to have your say on all day's football with Danny Kelly straight after we finish here at 9 o'clock tonight. 03717 22 33 44. Mickey Gray is alongside me in the commentary box as Eriksen picks it up, moves into the midway point of the Everton half, plays it square to Dalot, and then out to the far touchline. We're approaching the edge of the penalty area is Anthony, back to Dalot again, who scampers forward, tries to run past Gay, succeeds, then shoots. His shot is blocked by Tarkowski, and Gray challenges Fernandes, who goes down easily. Anthony continues his run, the ball breaks out into midfield, and Lindelof joins the attack. Casemiro with a cross to the far post looking for Rashford. Easy pick for Pickford.
Well, it's better for Manchester United. They maybe needed that kick up the backside to get them involved in this football match. They're now getting the ball into better areas. The full-backs are trying to get forward, and Luke Shaw down this left-hand side. Great run from Diego Dalot. And he deserved to take the strike on because he ran past 3 or 4 Evertonian players. He got his strike away, which was well blocked by Everton. But this was Manchester United, just didn't get out of the traps.
They're coming forward again with Anthony down the right-hand side, produces a cross into the box. It's Mikalenko. He juggles with it and then hammers it over towards the far touchline. Kept in by Dalot, but won by Mopé, and Everton have got it back again. They just need to relieve a little bit of the pressure that's coming their way at the moment, Everton. And a deflected pass out to the left-hand side will allow them to do that. It's out for a throw-in short of the halfway line. 1-0 to Everton on TalkSport, 10 minutes gone.
Well, Sam, if Manchester United's system is to play Marcus Rashford out on the left-hand side and use him as the width, it's not happening. He's drifting into those inside positions, and he wants to play alongside the centre-halves of Everton rather than being a left-sided player. It's Luke Shaw who's going on the outside, and we've not really seen too much of the ball, to be honest with you. It's been over on that right-hand side with Anthony and Diego Dalot, and they've caused a couple of problems in the last few minutes. And Everton, you can see they're just all starting to drop off, and they're now saying to Manchester United, OK, well, we've got the lead. You've got to come with us. You've got to try and break us down now.
Well, United had a rocky start to the season with big defeats to Brentford and Bournemouth, recovered to beat Liverpool and Arsenal, and have just had another knockback from Manchester City. They will not want to have another extended dip in the Premier League, and first halves have been a problem for them. Getting off to good starts has been a real issue. They've conceded 14 Premier League goals before today, now 15. 11 of them now have been in the first half.
It's a worry. In their away form, I think it was at 8 in 10. They've lost Sam. It's just not good enough for a side like Manchester United. When you think back to when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was in charge, albeit they might not have been fantastic performances, but I think they went 22 or 23 games unbeaten. They're a country mile away from that now.
Yeah, I wonder how long it is before someone turns around and says, yeah, they did finish second. 11 minutes gone. You're listening to TalkSport. Lindelof inside the centre circle for Manchester United, back to the edge of the penalty area and David De Gea, and then Everton push up. He has to kick long David De Gea, and it goes out towards Rashford on this near side. He plays a 1-2 with Fernandes, goes back loose into midfield. Iwobi wins a battle with Shaw initially, and then Shaw wins it back. It pops square of the centre circle into the feet of Eriksen, who, wearing a long sleeve red shirt, almost runs into Onana, then turns away from danger and gives it back to Lisandro Martinez. Everton drop off a little bit and allow a long ball to go out towards the far side, flicked out by Mikalenko for a throw-in level with the edge of the Everton penalty area over on the far touchline. Everton were up to 11th before the start of the day, the best defence in the league, their longest unbeaten run in a single season for nearly 5 years. And they are looking to win back-to-back games, three back-to-back games in a row in the Premier League for the first time since Carlo Ancelotti was in charge, March 2021. Shaw out to the near touchline, finding Rashford, back to Shaw halfway. He's midway between the edge of the centre circle and the touchline on the near side, waits, looks for Casemiro, and then across to the Swede Lindelof, who comes forward, nowhere really to go for Manchester United. Everton making it difficult for them to get the ball forward. Casemiro back square to Shaw, who's left of the centre circle, strokes out towards the near side, not a great pass. Then Anthony Gordon was across to intercept, couldn't keep hold of it, but put it straight out of play and didn't allow it to reach Rashford.
And the body language of Marcus Rashford isn't great either. Yes, of course, the pass should have been better to him from Luke Shaw, but I'm seeing a player, Sam, who wants to be playing through the middle. He's frustrated, he's upset, he's their top scorer, and he's being shoved out to the left-hand side just so they can get Anthony Martial into the starting 11, and he's not enjoying it out here.
Here is Gay, just short of the centre circle, played it in towards Onana, and he released Mopé, and actually it wasn't a bad ball from Onana, but Mopé didn't realise it was going that side of him, and it went behind him and through to David De Gea. But the idea was right, and a quicker thinking moment from Neil Mopé, and Everton would have been in again. We played 13 minutes, Everton lead through Alex Iwobi's first goal of the season after 6 minutes here at Goodison Park, under lights on a Sunday night, odd kick-off time, but Everton are enjoying it so far. Iwobi up to Onana, and then picked off by Mykolenko, and then swung forward down the left, inviting Gray to chase. Lindelof goes back, tries to head it back to his goalkeeper, succeeds in doing so, and David De Gea bowls it out towards this near touchline where Luke Shaw is waiting for it.
There's no interest whatsoever when Everton have the ball of Anthony or Marcus Rashford coming back over the halfway line to help out their fullbacks and defend when Everton push forward.
That bodes well.
No, exactly, Sam. Yeah, and you can see it. You know, it's like it's 6 against 5 every time Everton attack.
Dallow's just given the ball away in midfield. He's been fortunate that Gay has done the same, given it to Fernandes. It's on to Anthony. Anthony into the penalty area to take on Pickford, to slip it into the far corner. Brilliant finish. The first ever Manchester United player to score in each of his first 3 Premier League performances is Anthony, and he's levelled this game at Goodison Park after a mistake from Idrissa Gana Gueye. A quick, sharp counter-attack and a brilliant finish from the Brazilian makes it Everton 1, Manchester United 1.
And this is what exactly Manchester United are. They're a counter-attacking team, and maybe that's one of the reasons why they leave Marcus Rashford and Anthony so far up the pitch. They wait for that mistake. It comes from Idrissa Gueye. Anthony Martial is clever. He gets himself on the half turn. It's a brilliant run from Anthony to get inside the fullback Mykolenko over on that left-hand side. He uses his pace. I thought he was going to play it right footed first time. He takes that touch, and it's just a little dink over the top of Jordan Pickford. It's a superb finish. And Manchester United, a little bit of a lifeline. They've got themselves back on level terms and back into this game.
Not bad, really. His first 3 appearances, Arsenal, Manchester City, and now Everton. 3 goals in 3 Premier League performances for Anthony. Welcome to the Premier League. He's certainly turned up for Manchester United when they've required him to, although the consolation goal that he got last week won't get many headlines, but that could be an important goal for them because they needed something in this game, because it felt as if it was sort of already drifting from them early on, and that might just pep them up a little bit.
It did. It certainly did. Said they were very slow at the traps, and I think a lot of people have to agree with that, but over the last couple of minutes they've showed that intent and the pace in those final third positions, showed the quality, and they've got their just rewards.
Everton 1, Manchester United 1 on TalkSport with Now Sports. And don't forget, with the Now Sports Pass, you can stream all of the Premier League action live for just £25 per month for 6 months without a contract. Offer ends 24th of October. Search Now Sports 18 Plus, stream via the internet, terms apply.
Where do you think the goals have come from, Sam? 2 midfield players, or 2 holding midfield players, have given the ball away. Casemiro giving the ball away, so it's centre halves playing it into the central midfield area, not knowing what's around you. You get picked off because the press from sides now is a lot better than it used to be over the years. And the same thing has happened to Idrissa Gueye. He gives the ball away, and Anthony then gets on his bike and he gets in behind Everton to score that equalising goal. I don't understand sometimes why defenders think they've got to play through midfield when that pass is not on.
Lindelof out wide to Diego Dallo. Dallo comes infield and finds the goal scorer Anthony. Gallo is rushed by Idrissa Gana Gueye, and it's won back by Lisandro Martinez, who moves up towards the halfway line, gives it to Ericsson. Ericsson infield to Martial, who's dropped very deep here. Rashford is central. There's no one out wide on the left apart from Shaw, who's now joined the attack. Rashford's gone down towards the edge of the penalty area. Fernandes is the one to aim at in the centre. Ericsson's got it back again. He sends it out towards the far side, and Lindelof, and Manchester United just enjoying a bit of possession. They will expect to have more of the ball than Everton, but Everton can be ferocious in attack when it does turn over, and we've already seen that once tonight. 18 gone, 1-1 the score. On an entertaining night so far at Goodison Park, under the lights and jam-packed, every single seat taken for this game. Manchester United, who still lack a little bit of wit and invention at the top end of the pitch, play the ball down the left for Rashford now. Rashford beaten to it by Coleman, and Coleman then is tripped by Rashford as the ball went out of play, and it's away for a throw. And then Gordon and Rashford square up to one another, unnecessarily so, really, and the referee just calls a halt to proceedings, and Coleman is arguing why have I not got a free kick instead of a throw-in on this near side.
And I'm sure Anthony Gordon's never shoved anybody like that in any of the games that he's been involved in.
Ball breaks down. Lost in midfield by Gueye again. It goes out wide towards the right, and Fernandes has picked it up, moving towards the edge of the penalty area. Ericsson back towards Fernandes, then in to Casemiro, swept by Ericsson to the left, and Shaw in field. Martial trying to turn back out to Rashford, then on to Shaw. Shaw looks up, needs the ball fed in towards Fernandes, who tries to flick it round Cody, who read that, flicked it away, helped it out for a throw-in on this near side. Everton 1, Manchester United 1 on TalkSport with Car Finance 24/7. Search Car Finance 24/7 today. This is TalkSport.
You can certainly see that confidence now in Manchester United. Christian Eriksen on the ball a lot more, getting on a half turn. Bruno Fernandes running in behind Anthony Martial with that little bit of quality when they get into the 18-yard area. 72% possession so far for Manchester United. Everton have scored with their only shot on goal. They've given it away again, and Eriksen is shooting towards the edge of from the edge of the penalty area towards Pickford's right. He parries the ball away, and it's cleared away. But again, Idrissa Gana Gueye giving the ball away in a dangerous area, and Eriksen doesn't need a second invitation to try and find the corner of the net. Completely right, Sam. Well, that's two occasions. He's got away with this one, Idrissa Gueye. But they're not Manchester City. They can't play around teams like Man City can. You know, sometimes, it's not pretty, but you just got to clear your lines.
Corner sent out to Fernandes, space wide right for Anthony, who's going to shoot from distance, blocked by Mykolenko, throws his body in front of the ball, and it's cleared away. Everton weren't at their best last week, but they were effective at the back and took their chances when they came, and they've been pretty ruthless in front of goal. I mean, they've had one shot, one goal so far. We played 20 minutes. It's 1-1. You're listening to TalkSport. Ball is with Shaw, and he holds it just in front of the halfway line, and Frank Lampard, wearing his very dark grey combat slacks with black shoes, white soles and a black jacket, is trying to direct his players from the sideline. Joe Edwards standing just behind him. Erik ten Hag in a thick stadium jacket is screaming at his Manchester United team, who are coming up the pitch now on this left-hand side. It's played out wide to the left, and Rashford can't get there because Coleman's got it first. His ball down the touchline is to no one in particular, and that emits a few groans from the Everton support on this near touchline.
They're still trying to get the ball out to Marcus Rashford on this left-hand side, Simon. You've seen him as much as I have. When he plays through the middle, he always seems to run deep and in behind centre-halves. When he plays on the left-hand side, he likes the ball to feet.
Fernandes over the top of the Everton defence, pulls it back for Anthony Martial. Lovely little turn, lovely little swivel round past the goalkeeper, who comes out brilliantly and deals with what was a really dangerous situation. Lovely footwork from Anthony Martial, which almost opened up the goal for Manchester United, but Jordan Pickford was quick to react once again.
Manchester United just getting in behind that back line of Everton too much now.
Fernandes looks offside, drives into the box, gets to the bar line, pulls it back. Martial controls, then hits it, and took a little deflection, went out. The offside flag now goes up, and the free kick is given. But we all knew it was offside about 2.5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we did. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Because everybody in this stadium is waiting for a flag to be raised, but the players just have to continue and get on with things. But that's two occasions now down that right-hand side for Manchester United, with Bruno Fernandes getting in between Tarkowski and Mikalenko. They cannot let that happen too often, because there's going to be a point in time where Manchester United just got a simple little tap in.
Everton 1, Manchester United 1, live on Talk Sport, and there's no doubt that Manchester United have tested that Everton back line. They are the first team to score here since August, and the last team to do so, Nottingham Forest, and took the lead very late in a Premier League game between the two, and then saw Everton equalise late on to steal a point. Onana has just been pulled and pushed to the floor over on the far side, generating a free kick. The applause you can hear is for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who comes out to warm up down in front of us away to our left. He runs to Gladych Street and back towards the dugouts as Everton prepares to take a free kick over in front of the Bullens Road stand opposite us. That two-tiered structure held up by big, thick, white posts as the ball goes in towards the box. It's headed away, comes back out for Gay, and then there was a infringement inside the area. It's going to be a free kick. Currently Everton 1, Manchester United 1. Here are the latest odds from Betfair, the official betting partner of TalkSport's Premier League coverage, where right now you can get Everton to win at 7-2, United at 17-20. You can back the draw at 9-4. It's all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus, begambleaware.org. Well, Manchester United were shell-shocked last week, but they didn't help themselves with some of their lapse defending and team selection, really. Decisions over who was marking Haaland at corners didn't help them, I don't think, either. But there was a debrief this week in which it all got very angry and heated. Erik ten Hag encourages them to talk openly about how they see the game. A few times already in this match that things have got heated out on that field of play. But Manchester United certainly have got a bit more about them now. They're dominating the ball, haven't created too many chances, but they've tested that Everton defence in the last 10 minutes since they scored the goal.
How many players, Sam, do you think that Manchester United are away from being back? I suppose that's the word I would use here.
You're talking about back as winning titles on a regular basis. Well, I mean, they're absolutely miles off Manchester City, but then most people are. But they're not in the next group, are they?
Not at the moment. No, I still think they had a very good transfer window, but I do think in January and obviously the following summer, I think it has to keep improving to get anywhere near certainly winning the Premier League, but also to challenge for those top four spots.
They've got a long way to go yet, I'm afraid. There's still a lot of work to be done in terms of improving the quality of the squad, but also in the way they set up. I mean, they don't pop the ball around with any sort of panache like your top teams do. They don't press with any intensity like the top teams do. There's still a lot to be done at Carrington over the course of the next couple of years, I think, before Erik ten Hag can even think about mounting a challenge for top honours in the Premier League. Getting to the top four is not easy. I mean, you look at the table tonight, the amount of teams that have spent a lot of money and have started very well, a lot of very well coached teams that have started to produce performances on a regular basis with consistency. It's going to be difficult. You know, there's a lot of teams that have upgraded their rosters.
Totally agree.
Ball is out on this near side, and Everton have the ball deep inside their own half as it comes back in from Coleman to Cody and then up to the halfway, and the goal scorer Iwobi. Infield it goes to Mopé towards Iwobi, but again passing not crisp enough. A little bit of frustration from the Everton supporters. It breaks down and Rashford tries to race away, missed the ability to keep it in, and it just drifted out, and it's away for a throw into Everton in the right full-back position. Away from home, it's not been pretty for a while for Manchester United, and they've lost 8 of their last 10 Premier League away games. And I mentioned to you earlier on that there was a little bit of concern about a Manchester United forward in Anthony Martial. Well, I wonder whether or not his hip, which was giving him jip, is about to result in him being replaced by Cristiano Ronaldo. That seems to be what's going on the touchline. We'll keep an eye on that. Here on the right side, the ball is with Dalot, coming forward for Manchester United. Out wide, towards the right, and it's with Anthony to Dalot, then back to Anthony again, and then it's picked up by Casemiro, and they're shuffled back to the halfway line. Everton keeping them at bay. The ball drifted over the top looking for Fernandes, read by Tarkowski, taken away by Onana, up towards the left-hand side, and then it's picked off by Lindelof. Casemiro forward, Mikalenko very quick to surround Anthony, who manages to flick the ball around him and then run out to the far touchline. They're midway inside Everton territory here, Manchester United. They've given the ball away to Idrissa Gana Gueye, and then between Gueye and Mopé, they've given the ball back to Manchester United. One back by Coleman. Mopé keeps it moving, and Mikalenko turns it over, and now Everton look to try and hold on to the ball just for a bit. That would be nice. Gray comes down towards the far touchline, comes infield slightly, and then is fouled by Dalot. That's going to be a free kick, and here's the first change of the evening. Cristiano Ronaldo has been sitting on the bench for 28 minutes, and now he is on to replace Anthony Martial, who probably shouldn't have started the game, in all honesty, after picking up an injury in the warm-up.
Well, I mean, you have to judge what's in front of you, Simon. When he went out to take the field at the beginning of the game, Anthony Martial, you could tell the first 3 or 4 times the ball went up to him, it bounced off him. He wasn't as agile as you've seen him in the past. He looked as if he had a problem, and he's obviously looked across to the bench and shook his head, and he can't take any much more longer in this game. So he walks off the field and gives Cristiano Ronaldo an opportunity in this game to get his 700th career club goal.
His 700th career club goal is what he's looking for. He hasn't scored an open play since April, and the only goal he's got so far this season came in the Europa League from the penalty spot against FC Sheriff of Moldova. Martial straight down the tunnel and towards the dressing room. He'll have a few injury problems, doesn't he, Anthony Martial? In the summer he had a hamstring injury in pre-season, then picked up an Achilles issue, spent half a season last year on the bench before going to Sevilla, and now he's got a hip injury.
And he's certainly one of those players that you need to wrap up in cotton wool, and we mentioned in the build-up to the game that, in a season you might get 2 or 3 months fantastic play from him, but the rest of the time he just goes missing.
I mean, he's not one of those players that is that valuable to you that you do wrap him up in cotton wool, do you? I mean, he's one of those players now when you're looking at him, you're thinking, well, probably in the summer we'll let him go.
I think a lot of people said exactly the same thing, Sam, but under Erik ten Hag, he's obviously saw him in pre-season, he's liked what he's seen, he wanted to bring him back to the club. In the games that I've seen him play this season, he looked as if he's played very well. But you're right, what happens to him in between games? Is his recovery time, is it not long enough? Can he only play 1 game a week?
Ball is on the left for Manchester United. It's played in by Fernandes. I think it went out play, and it's going to be a free kick. It's offside. It's going to be a free kick to Everton inside their own half. So first change, Cristiano Ronaldo on. What does that do to the mobility of the attack? Because Martial was dropping a little bit deep, trying to pick the ball up, swing it out to left and right. He'll be more of a focus point, won't he?
You would think so, and I think with Cristiano playing in the side, I think if you want to play to his strengths now, you have to try and get the ball into his feet or into that area, because we know his aerial threat. The standing spring, he can certainly be any player he comes alongside, but does that mean that Anthony and Rashford now have got to be involved in the game a lot more, or do they push their full-backs in a little bit further forward so they can cause more of a problem in that final third?
No, there's a little collision on this near touchline involving Onana and Rashford. Luke Shaw is protesting innocence, and Onana is claiming that he got something in the face. A free kick has been given. It's about 7 or 8 yards in from the right touchline, midway inside United territory, and Demarai Gray is going to take it and hoist it into the box and look for a bit of physicality from Onana, from Cody, who scored recently, and James Tarkowski, who's coming round the back for Everton. Seamus Coleman just having a quick word with Gray as he delivers the ball in, right-footed towards the penalty spot. Anthony Gordon goes up with a header. Ronaldo wins that. It's back in again from Mikalenko, down the left for Iwobi to chase. He gets hold of it in the left wing position, back to Mikalenko. Mikalenko back to Iwobi, chance to cross first time. He does into the box, away by Lisandro Martinez, and then picked up on halfway by Everton's Idrissa Gana Gueye. He switches the play from the middle out to the wide right. Gray doesn't win that header, Fernandes does, and then Fernandes combines with Ronaldo to get the ball up to the halfway line for United. United up over the halfway line now. Gray goes sliding in for a challenge, puts it out of play, and it's away for a throw-in to the away side down in front of us behind that big thick steel post which obscures half the penalty area when the ball goes down that end. How long to that Bramley Moore Docks finish, by the way?
I know. The sooner the better.
Here is Fernandez on to Anthony, trying to get towards the edge of the penalty area, pulls it back and it's given to Gay instead, and Gay gets it back to Cody and he will clear to the halfway line. Mope uses his body to roll the defender. Lindelof throws himself at the ball, but Mope got there first. It then spills into the centre circle. It's won initially by Gordon, and then De Gea has to come miles out of his goal because the ball ricocheted after Dalot had made a mistake towards Mope, and De Gea came outside his box to clear towards the far side. Still 1-1.
That's when I talk about confidence of players and having the ability or the authority when you pick up that ball. If there's not a pass on, in Diego Dalot's situation there, he had nothing in front of him. Have that authority, that confidence to keep hold of the ball and say, right, okay, there's nobody in front of me. I need to come back out and maybe look for one of my midfield players. Instead of trying to rush a pass that is not on.
Fernandez from Ronaldo's leap out to the left and collected now by Anthony. It's swung into the box, it takes a little deflection and it goes off Coleman and out for a throw-in. Anthony seems to have started to occupy space on this near side, and Rashford's gone out to the right to try and reinvigorate his evening here at Goodison Park.
Yeah, well, I talked about battles, Sam, and I was probably talking about the two wide players from Everton, but certainly Seamus Coleman has got the better of Marcus Rashford so far in this game. Every single time he's got on the ball, he's in his face. He's not giving him an ounce to try and get himself turned and run at him, and when he has done, he's been the better of the two. And Anthony over on that right-hand side had a little bit of good fortune. He's obviously got the goal for Manchester United with that fantastic run, but you can sense a little bit of frustration in his play as well.
Yeah, so they switch wings at the moment. Rashford now down the right-hand side. He's just come short. A little flick into Dalot, gone beyond him. It went back into midfield. It didn't quite come off for Manchester United, and Tarkowski will see it back to Pickford inside his 18-yard box. Mykolenko is wide on the left, just outside the area, up to Anthony Gordon. And he strokes it back to Tarkowski. And Manchester United threatened to press there. Pickford kick clear up over the halfway line. Iwobi wrestling with Lindelof. I mean, it's clearly a foul by Lindelof. He's literally dragged his arm towards the floor. David Coote is allowed play on, and Eriksson comes forward. It's picked up by Casemiro into Fernandez, a back heel into the path of Anthony, and then Shaw wide on the left for Manchester United. United very much in control of the football, more than Everton, but they do keep giving it away cheaply and inviting Everton to counter-attack. Gray's quite happy to do that. Runs into Shaw, the ball bobbles into the air, and somehow it's a Manchester United throw.
But again, over on this left-hand side, Anthony and Bruno Fernandes literally 1 yard away from each other, playing a simple little pass, and Bruno Fernandes, he must know that he's got defenders behind him. You've got to try and shield that ball much better than he has. He's been giving it away over the last few minutes. Very, very sloppy.
TalkSport, Sunday night, and we are live at Goodison Park. Not usually a perfect time for Premier League football, not a regular time for Premier League football, but if you've just finished your Sunday lunch and you're doing the washing up in the kitchen, welcome along to TalkSport. We do this quite often, actually, live commentary. Tomorrow night we've got Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. Tuesday night Champions League action. Wednesday night we're hoping to have Champions League action for you as well. Thursday night Europa League action at 5:45 on TalkSport 2. Friday night live football from the Premier League. Saturday lunchtime football from the Premier League, and then a huge round the ground show on Sunday. Ball given away by Everton again in midfield, picked off by Tarkowski before it could be a real problem, and then it's collected on halfway, and no one can really hold on to the ball for more than 2 or 3 passes, Mickey.
It's so sloppy from both sides. Both sides giving the ball away. Again, he's not showing that confidence on the ball. It's those forward passes where you need somebody to make a run to get on the end of it.
Shaw, who was impressive after coming off the bench in midweek, takes it forward for Manchester United, up towards the edge of the D, tries to find Rashford. He didn't get on the end of it, given away by Everton again. Spread towards the right-hand side, another intervention, breaks for Fernandez, and Casemiro inside the box, comes to Ronaldo, then back towards Fernandez, deflection, and beyond the goalkeeper and in, but there was a flag up over on the far side anyway. Well, again, that flag probably should have gone up a little bit earlier, and then the drama would have been avoided. Mykolenko is hoping that the VAR check doesn't hand him in hot water.
Yeah, I think you're completely right, Sam. It's Cristiano Ronaldo who's just too lazy and doesn't get himself back on side quick enough. He's standing in an offside position, but then the game carries on. They have 2 strikes at goal, both from Fernandes. The first one deflected back to him, and then he puts the ball eventually in the back of the net with his left foot. But you have to be on your toes if you're a forward player. Ronaldo's had 2 occasions he's been able to try and close the goalkeeper down, and he's just kind of slowly went to close him down and not reacted quick enough, and that's why he finds himself in an offside position.
TalkSport on a Sunday evening. Everton 1, Manchester United 1, a game that burst into life and has really gone very scrappy the longer the first half has gone on. Here is Diogo Dalot moving up towards the halfway line, turning it back to Victor Lindelof. Lindelof plays it square, collected now by Dalot, then into the feet of Anthony, who's gone back out to the right hand side now. Pressure from Mikalenko forces him backwards, and no one spotted Iwobi, who was joining, and he's picked the ball up just outside the area. Now it's on to Gray, needs a bit of support. There's no one really there to help him out. Now Coleman's arrived. He did well, Gray. Coleman's ball into the box is dreadful. Goes straight behind into the park stand away to our right hand side. He got it all wrong, despite having quite a lot of time to get his footing right. He just didn't connect with it at all well. It just ballooned over the top of the crossbar.
If I was Diogo Dalot and I went down that tunnel at half-time and I didn't get a rollicking from my manager, I'd think there was something wrong. I'd be expecting my manager to say to me, right, you go out second half, I'll give you 5 minutes, or you are getting dragged off the football field. He's got so much time on the ball to pick out a centre midfield player, a full-back. He plays it into an area which gives Iwobi the opportunity to break in between the midfield player and your full-back. He's done it now on 6 or 7 occasions. You have to, we talk about this confidence when you're on the ball. You've got to show a lot more confidence than what he is doing at the moment.
Ball is with Marcus Rashford over on the near side, and it breaks down again for Manchester United, rescued on halfway. You're listening to TalkSport, and we are live at Goodison Park, and Everton have won the ball on the halfway line from Anthony once again. Out towards the left, Anthony Gordon to Onana. Infield to Alex Iwobi. Bit of space for him to operate in. In fact, far too much room for him to operate. No pressure on the ball at all as he wanders into the United half. Plays it left to Mikalenko. Now it's on to Anthony Gordon, who's far on the left-hand side. Cuts in, needs some support. He goes past Ericsson, then bundles his way past another challenge, and then, well, gives it away. And Manchester United very quickly look to counter-attack. Ronaldo to the left, Fernandes to the right. Ericsson goes to Rashford instead, who's joining from a little bit deeper. Hands it off now to Ronaldo, who's the left side of the Everton penalty area, trying to size up a ball into the box. Gives it back to Shaw. Everton have now got numbers behind the ball and stiffened things up, so it's difficult now, and Rashford has played it all the way back into his own half.
Well, they're supposed to be a counter-attacking team, Manchester United, and it just did not happen for them there. Ronaldo and Rashford found themselves over on this left-hand side. Rashford had the chance to run towards the 18-yard box, 1v1 situation, and because it's Cristiano Ronaldo alongside him, he plays a simple 2-yard pass, and that counter-attack has completely gone. And this is another problem, Sam. I mentioned it before. Marcus Rashford playing on the left-hand side. He keeps coming deep. As a centre forward, he plays on shoulders of centre halves and full backs, and he runs in behind. He stretches the pitch. Now he doesn't want to do it. He wants the ball to feet.
Good ball from Fernandes into Ronaldo. Left-footed drive towards the near corner from the edge of the box. Didn't get enough power in it, and it dribbles into the arms of Jordan Pickford away to our left-hand side. 1-1 the score. 4 minutes to go, and dare I say it, Mickey Gray, but these two look like two very mid-table teams, and whereas that might sort of be okay for Everton, I don't think it is for Manchester United.
No, absolutely not. But I think if anybody had asked me before the season started what type of season it was going to be for Manchester United, I think they have spells of winning 4 or 5 games in a row, but then they could easily go 2 or 3 where they don't win football matches. I think that's the way that they're set up. Everton, on the other hand, know that they needed to get off to a good start this season. Frank Lampard was questioning.
Great ball into the box, looking for the run on the right-hand side of Casemiro. His header is well wide.
Yeah, it's a brilliant chance, I have to say. Great ball into the area from this left-hand side. A fantastic run from Casemiro. And I've got to be honest with you, he has to score. At least he has to hit the target. There's nobody marking him. He doesn't get picked up. He runs free from that midfield area, in between Tarkowski and Mikolenko on that left-hand side, and he has to score. Never mind hit the target, he's got to score.
Oh, it's well wide as well, isn't it, from Casemiro on his first Premier League start. Good ball in from Rashford, that arcing in towards the middle of the 6-yard box, and Casemiro knows that he should have done better with the header. 1-1 the score. Talk Sport, and Everton with a little bit of a let-off there. Tarkowski moving up towards halfway, played out towards the left, and it's collected by Mikolenko. Goes back to Tarkowski, and Everton look to come forward again. 2.5 minutes to go before half-time. We're on Talk Sport, and it's 1-1. Chill in the air, but nothing more than that on a drizzly autumn night on Merseyside. I walked through Stanley Park earlier with the brown autumnal leaves being crunched underneath my size 9 Adidas trainers. It's a long walk all the way through Stanley Park. Did you have to do that as well?
No, I got a little bit closer.
Oh, did you? Oh, the posh car park for the ex-footballer, is it? Here's Mikolenko, high up inside opposition territory, wins the ball and then gives it away again. And then Manchester United try and play their way out of trouble on the edge of the box, get it to David De Gea. He plays it along the floor to Shaw on this left-hand side, and they come forward up to Rashford. Rashford, centre field. Casemiro, God knows what he was doing, but he decided to pick out Iwobi. He takes over now, gives it back to Casemiro, who plays it down the left for Ronaldo to scamper into the left channel and get into the Everton box. He drives it left-footed and scores his 700th club career goal. A stunning counter-attack from Manchester United, a brilliant finish under the body of the England goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, and Manchester United have come from behind to lead at Goodison Park by 2-1, and it's Cristiano Ronaldo with another milestone.
Just incredible. And again, coming from a mistake, Manchester United get themselves on the front foot, and when Ronaldo got that ball and started driving into the 18-yard box, that's what we want to see more of. I thought he was actually going to try and work it onto his right foot. He knows better than me. He kept it on his left foot, kept it low, and it's a fantastic finish. There's no challenge on him because he goes with a lot of pace, and it's a superb finish from a man we've been questioning, is he finished? Well, you give him chances like that, he's not going to let you down many occasions. 700 club career goals. Absolutely incredible.
I wonder if he read that Wayne Rooney piece this morning, pinned it up in the dressing room and said, all right, let's just see. I don't know what Anthony and Ronaldo did to celebrate, but they stood there with their hands across their chests and they closed their eyes almost in prayer. Well, I mean, it would be wrong for me to try and explain it because I haven't got a clue.
Well, was he saying to people, Sam, yeah, I might have been sleeping, but I've arrived again in a Manchester United shirt, because that was a brilliant finish. Look, he hasn't done too much in the game since he came off the bench, I have to be totally honest with you, but that's what Ronaldo does. It was a brilliant break. That's what they are, a counter-attacking team. And when he opened up and he used his pace and got into the box, it's a fantastic finish. He does everything right. He keeps it low. He waits for Pickford to come out to him a little bit. He sees that gap, and it's a wonderful finish, and what a time to score the second goal.
Well, it's really important for Manchester United, isn't it? 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. The Manchester United fans are now serenading Cristiano Ronaldo. 700 club career goals. What a fella. Off the bench for the first time, 5 times in league games for the first time since 2002 when he was at Sporting Lisbon, but he's still got a contribution to make. He has over that period scored 60 career hat-tricks, 58 direct free kicks, 144 of his 173 career penalties, 20 of them for Manchester United. His first open play goal since April of last year, and a stunning finish to make it Everton 1, Manchester United 2. And a reminder of his quality here at Goodison Park. We're underway as the game is restarted after a bit of treatment to Conor Cody, who had a problem with his hooter and had to have it patched up. And the Nana is chasing the ball into the corner, and it's a goal kick away to our right. So we're in the added minutes at the end of the first half, and Frank Lampard, whose team started so brightly and got in front thanks to Alex Iwobi, now find themselves behind, and that will change the nature of the game, Mickey Gray.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, we talked about Everton taking the lead, and then Manchester United having to show quality to break Everton down. Well, the tide's turned now. Everton have to do exactly the same thing.
Is it playing to Manchester United hands? Because obviously Everton have got to show more ambition, and then that gives them more opportunities on the counter-attack.
Absolutely, yeah. And when you're a counter-attacking team, if you can see gaps, if you can overturn that ball as quick as you possibly can, full-backs push forward, it leaves the opportunity for people like Rashford and Anthony on those wide flanks.
Oh, what a ball that is from Damari Gray into the box from the right side, swirling it into the 6-yard box, and it was moving. There's no one gambling across that near post, and it went straight into the arms of David De Gea. But I mean, Neil Maupay there, just very static inside the box. You just think if he'd made a dart towards the near post a little bit earlier on, he might have got across there. There is the half-time whistle. Well, Manchester United were hoping to reset after a chastening defeat to Manchester City. It certainly didn't look like they were going to get one after just 6 minutes when Alex Iwobi put Everton in front, but they've roared back despite an injury to Anthony Martial. A quick counter-attack gave them the goal for Anthony, who scored 3 games in a row, his first 3 Premier League appearances, the first Manchester United player to do that. But the headlines, I'm afraid, are going to belong to somebody else. Off the bench to score his 700th career goal in club football, Cristiano Ronaldo has made it Everton 1, Manchester United 2 at half-time. Actually, it all happened in 4 minutes and 39 seconds last week. That was the distance between Joe Aribo's goal and the winner for Dwight McNeil against Southampton last week. Everton get us off and underway at the start of the second half in blue shirts, white shorts and white socks, attacking the goal away to our left. Brian Robson, the former Manchester United captain, is in the director's box tonight, just poses for a photo as he walks down and takes his seat for the second half. His Manchester United team, his former club Manchester United, in red shirts, black shorts, black socks, attacking the goal away to our right. Everton 1, Manchester United 2 at the start of the second half, and that's a mistake by Lisandro Martinez, who gives it straight to Iwobi. Iwobi tries to turn it back into the box, and then it's away by Lindelof. I'll run for the 2-11s for you in just a second. It's forward by Tarkowski and then given away, and then now Manchester United turn it over, and it's picked up by Cristiano Ronaldo out towards the far side. So it's Pickford in goal for Everton, Coleman, Cody, Tarkowski and Mikolenko. Then Anana, Gay and Iwobi in midfield, Gordon, Maupay and Gray up top. Manchester United have had to make a change. Martial came off in the first half hour and was replaced by Cristiano Ronaldo. Not a bad substitute. De Gea is the goalkeeper. Dalot, who's just won a foul on this near side. Lindelof, Martinez and Shaw the back four. Casemiro is the holding midfield player with Eriksen and Fernandes in front of him. And then Anthony and Rashford are the 2 wingers either side of the goal scorer, the headline maker, Cristiano Ronaldo. Martinez takes the ball through the centre circle past Iwobi and into the Everton half. Over on the left, it's picked up by Rashford, and he guides it all the way back towards the halfway line. What are you expecting from Manchester United in the second half? What did you make of them overall in the first half, Nicky?
They've probably done enough because of the opportunities they had in the final third to be in front.
Eriksen into the box, Tarkowski away with a header, prodding it out towards the far touchline, and Eriksen will allow it to go out for a throw-in.
Yeah, but I'm expecting a quicker start from Manchester United, in more control. And I will probably say the same about Everton as well. It got very scrappy in that first 45 minutes, which is when the goals started to come from Manchester United.
2-1 to Manchester United, the visitors, and last weekend was the first time that Everton had scored more than once in a game, so you could understand why there might be a little bit of nervousness amongst the Everton support. They've now got to score again in the match in order to get something out of it. Corner over on the far side taken short from Eriksen to Rashford, then back to Fernandes, and then out towards the right hand side, flicked in by Anthony, deep towards the far post. It floats through the 6-yard box, no one attacks it, and it drives behind and away past the right hand upright and out for a goal kick. 2.5 minutes played second half.
And Everton now starting to try and play out from the back. They have switched Damari Gray and Anthony Gordon flanks to see if Gordon can get any joy against Luke Shaw and Gray, who I expected to see a lot more of, and certainly Anthony Gordon. We didn't really mention him in that first half, and he's the driving force for Everton so far this season, but he needs to get involved in this game a lot more in the second 45 minutes.
Damari Gray only ever sort of come to the party in August. He had a great start to the season for Bayer Leverkusen when he went out there in the Bundesliga. Then he came back, had a great start last year for Everton, and a great start this year for Everton, and then that's it there. Once the sunshine goes away and the leaves start to fall,
Although I did see him, Sam, I have to say, I did see him here against Nottingham Forest. He was absolutely outstanding on the day.
That was August.
yeah, it was a nice day, actually, yeah.
Ball cleared by De Gea out towards the far side, and Ericsson just has a little tickle at it and then almost lost control. Back to De Gea, forward it goes, flicked into the air by Fernandes, prodded away by Tarkowski, and then collected by Onana. Onana bounces the ball against Casemiro, it runs loose, and now it's picked up by Ronaldo, who runs at the Everton defence, turned over and got to the edge of the penalty area, looks to feed Anthony, too heavy, and it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper Pickford. Anthony then turns around and gives Ronaldo the thumbs up and says, go on, keep trying, well done fella. So he's only about 20 years younger than Cristiano Ronaldo.
But again, it was the two midfield players, Onana and Idrissa Gueye, giving the ball away for Everton, but their reaction was something that was strange. Not trying to track back, getting back anywhere near Cristiano Ronaldo, giving him the opportunity to play that ball through to Anthony. Now, he had to get a lot of pace on it. It wasn't a field pass. It was all down to that first touch from Anthony. It just went away from his left foot, but it was a very good opportunity.
I feel a bit sorry for Idrissa Gueye. He's had a very tough game so far.
He has.
Given the ball away far too often. Here's Gordon running in from the right touchline on the halfway line. 2-1 the score to Manchester United, away from home at Goodison Park tonight. Ball picked up by Mikalenko, wide on the left for Damari Gray, and back to Mikalenko again. And Tarkowski flies it out to the far side. Bit of space for the captain, Seamus Coleman, to run into. Rashford goes across and Coleman stops and checks, and that's frustrating for the Everton support. Iwobi comes and takes over, needs to feed Onana, does that. Onana then allows it to run under his feet. He then commits a terrible foul, yellow card. Anthony's hurt by that. I do hope that's not as bad as it looks. And Onana is going to get a yellow card. More worryingly, Anthony's still down and needing some treatment.
Yeah, bad first touch from Onana. Tried to react and win the ball back for his team, just stretched out that right leg, and they're never nice, those. When you're running and you try and stretch, trying to win the ball back for your team, and Anthony just looks and flicks the ball away from Onana. He's nowhere near getting it anywhere near that ball. It's a blatant foul, and we just hope that Anthony's okay. Still on the ground, there was contact. But I think that just epitomises Everton, the way that they've come out in this second half. We talked about Manchester United at the beginning of the game, and Everton haven't really showed a reaction as they've come out of that tunnel for this second 45 minutes. They've been scrappy, they've given the ball away in that midfield area yet again on 2 or 3 occasions, and given Manchester United the chance to break forward.
Anthony's supposed to go off the pitch if he's received treatment. Hasn't done so. Lampard asking for clarification. Anthony Taylor explaining why he doesn't have to go off the pitch. The Everton fans not happy about it, and they're back underway again. The ball drifted down the right hand side, Ronaldo to chase it. Pickford went initially to go and get it, and then played off against Ronaldo. The assistant on this, I didn't have a clue whether or not it came off Tarkowski or Ronaldo. He's given a corner.
I'm not too sure if that was the right decision. Well, Ronaldo right alongside the lines, but I think he felt a little bit of pressure there, but I think it did reflect back off Ronaldo's heel and went out for a goal kick.
Should have been a goal kick. It isn't. It's a corner. If this is to go in, it will be controversial. And Everton do have a habit of having bad luck in big moments. Here is Ericsson on the right-hand side. A flat ball to Fernandes on the edge of the box, then back to Casemiro, who strikes from distance, and it goes well wide, 7 yards wide of the goal, and out for a goal kick, and it was a bit of a waste really from Manchester United.
Sam, I'm not too sure I'm sure you can tell me how many corners Manchester United have had so far in this game. It's probably 2 or 3, might be a few more. I don't think they've put the ball into the box because of the lack of height that Manchester United have got. They're trying to play it around the edge of the 18-yard area, and that is not working for them either.
Well, the problem Manchester United have had recently is that they don't really score from corners. They've had 2 corners in the game so far. That may have been the third. It was the third. And they went on a huge run of not scoring from a corner for many a
whole
game.
Of last season.
Most of last season. Ronaldo scored one. I remember being at Old Trafford when he scored from one, a header, towards the end of the last campaign. But they don't really score from corners. And you're right, they don't have that much height inside the penalty area, and as a result of that, they decided and declined 3 times to put the ball in the box.
Bravery. I don't think there's much bravery out there. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo, barring him and maybe Martinez if he come up from the back, or Lindelof, I don't think there's too many of those players out there who really want to get themselves in where it hurts and head that ball into the back of the net from corners or set pieces.
Everton 1, Manchester United 2. Talk Sport tomorrow night. New Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa is live on Talk Sport. Luke Shaw's wasting time over a throw-in on the halfway line. Cleared into the air by Luke Shaw, who just thrashed it goalwards, and it's gone out for a goal kick away to our right. Tuesday night, live Champions League football for you. Wednesday night, hopefully as well. Thursday night, we've got Europa League action at 5:45 on TalkSport 2. Friday night, more Premier League football. And Saturday, we're at Leicester. It's like happy days on TalkSport. Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah,
you know what I'm doing. Goal kick from Pickford. Offside flag goes up. Free kick to Manchester United.
And again, we're going through that period now where it's just gone a little bit scrappy. A lot of stop and play.
Ball lifted forward by Dallo. Back heel by Fernandes from a right wing position. Picked up by Jessagana Gay. And then sent by Mikalenko down the side. Anana is fouled by Casemiro. Free kick given to Everton. A little bit of frustration. And Everton need to find a rhythm. I wonder how long it will be before we see Dwight McNeil or Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Neither of the two wingers have really got in the game so far tonight for Everton. I think largely that's because they've been starved of the ball. Manchester United have had so much of it because every time Everton get it in midfield, they give it away. And that protection unit of Gay, Iwobi and Onana hasn't held on to it enough. Gray's just been fouled down the left-hand side by Diogo Dallo, who somehow has escaped a booking so far in the game, which is a rarity. He is going to be suspended, by the way, if he does pick up a yellow card tonight. Free kick taken by Damari Gray then. 3 steps in from the left touchline, attacking the Gladys Street away to our left, the packed Gladys Street, hoping that they can suck the ball in and level the scoreline once again. It's right-footed from Gray, deep to the far post, over Tarkovsky's head, and Nana can't reach it, and it floats out of play for a goal kick.
Well, it has to be better from Damari Gray over on this left-hand side. We know he's got the quality to put the ball into a dangerous area. It's just got too much height on it. It's too far towards the back stick. It's got no Evertonian players running towards it, trying to challenge. And if they want to try and get themselves back into this game, this is the period they have to do it, Sam. I've been here so many times.
Gallo's just given the ball away to Gay, and that's encouraged Gray to run down the left touchline. He moves towards the edge of the area, then stops. He's been taken on by Casemiro. He's escaped with the ball. Can he produce a cross? He can. Into the area. It's over the head of Mopé, who rose but couldn't reach it. It goes beyond him and out to the far side, and from a left fullback position, Rashford clears out of play over on the far side. It's an Everton throw. And they want to get it moving quickly. Coleman into Iwobi, bit of space edge of the area. He's got Coleman beyond him. He goes down past Eriksson, then holds up, waits, tries to play it through the legs of Christian Eriksen. Not really the right decision to make in that sort of area. Gay wins it back, turns it over. Coleman's got it, right edge of the box, back to Iwobi. Iwobi with a chance to cross. He does. It's away by Martinez, and Nana can't get there before it's pushed away by Anthony. Back in by Mikalenko. Everton on the left side and in possession now. Onana up to the perimeter of the penalty area, taking on Dallo, gets it right-footed, delivers it into the box. Iwobi's at the far post, has it back across the face of goal, doesn't come down for Gordon, away by Martinez, smuggled out by Manchester United, and they need to relieve a little bit of pressure here, and Rashford picks it up and runs towards the halfway line. Can they toss it over for Fernandes? Well, he's taken an age over distributing the ball there, Rashford. They've kept hold of it well, Manchester United, worked it into Ronaldo, then Eriksson, then wide towards the left, and Fernandes, who trundles down the left touchline, cuts back, gives it to Eriksson. Eriksson back out to the left. Rashford, left edge of the penalty area, back to halfway, and Shaw. And Manchester United happy and content to slow it down, Mickey Gray.
Yeah, they are, but it's frustrating because there were so many Everton players out of position, and it's Ronaldo and Rashford in forward positions. Just go and take somebody on. Show that confidence.
Eriksson switched the play to the right. Anthony into Casemiro. Deep cross towards the far post. Oh, he should have left it, Ronaldo. Fernandes was unmarked in behind Coleman, getting inside the 6-yard box. If Ronaldo had left that, instead of trying to go for a ball that he had to stretch backwards for, then it would have been on the head of Fernandes. And actually, Fernandes was in an onside position. Ronaldo wasn't when the ball came in. That was a mistake by Cristiano Ronaldo.
I just wonder if Bruno Fernandes has just given him a little shout there as well, because if he hasn't, then he can have no complaints of Cristiano Ronaldo going for that header, but you're right, Sam, he was in an offside position.
Coleman dispossessed. Then Manchester United look to counter-attack, and Nana has to be careful here. Rashford with a slide tackle, breaks for Gay. It comes out on this near side for Mikalenko, and then up to the halfway line, and it's on to Damari Gray. Frank Lampard issuing instructions, warming up the way to our left, right, McNeil, Tom Davis is down there as well. And Everton maybe thinking about freshening things up. Tarkowski's got all the time in the world to ping a ball out towards the right side, looking for Gordon trying to get into the penalty area, almost kept it in as well. Good run down that right hand side, tried to keep hold of it, just couldn't get it under control, and it bobbled behind and away for a goal kick.
Well, that's the ball that Everton have to look for, that diagonal pass in behind Luke Shaw and Diego Dalot over on this right hand side. And we're talking about substitution, Sam. If Dominic Calvert-Lewin was about to come on the field now, I'm sure he's licking his lips, playing alongside Lindelof and Martinez with the aerial threat. And if they can get that service up to him, he could actually have a field day today.
Well, they haven't really got much service into the box, have they? And the stuff that has gone in has gone over Mopé's head, because he is quite a diminutive striker. There isn't much height in that Everton attack. Coleman up to halfway. It's 2-1 to Manchester United. We're just about to hit the hour mark live on TalkSport, and you'll be able to have your say straight after the game at 03717 22 344. Mopé's getting a bit hot-headed. He's having a fallout with Lisandro Martinez. David Coots is just trying to calm proceedings down. 32% possession for Everton. They've had one shot, one on target. That was the goal they scored after 6 minutes. They haven't had a shot on target for 54 minutes.
The times that I've been to Goodison Park, they start the game very well and the crowd get behind them, and if they don't find themselves in front, obviously they did tonight, they start getting on the backs. Then the players start getting nervy and start hiding behind players. Then the opportunities start drying up, and then you'll see this big surge in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and that's the way the game seems to me like it's panning out right now. It needs to change. Everton need to change things up. Mopé has not been involved in the game at all.
Gay to the left, and Gray now picks it up 10 yards short of the Manchester United penalty area, just to tuck in from the left hand side back to halfway, and James Tarkowski, who down the side of the centre circle plays it back to Connor Cody, his central defensive partner. Up over the halfway line they go towards the middle point of the Manchester United half. Wide on the right is Coleman, and then Iwobi brings it infield. A little body swerve from Anthony Gordon opens up the pitch, and he moves towards the edge of the area. Gray sends it wide onto Mikalenko. Mikalenko on the edge of the box. His ball is heavy and long towards Iwobi, who hits it first time right through the 6-yard box, and there's no one there to finish it off, and it goes out for a goal kick away to our left. A bit better from Everton.
Certainly was. Well, you just thought the opportunity had gone when Mikalenko chopped that ball onto his right foot. He got away with it. It was a fantastic ball into the area from Iwobi, first time on the volley. But where are the Everton players rushing in towards that 6-yard area just to poke out a leg to cause a problem?
Everton 1, Manchester United 2 on TalkSport with Now Sports. And don't forget, with Now Sports you can stream the Premier League live for just £25 a month for 6 months without a contract. Offer ends 24th of October. Search Now Sports 18+, stream via internet, terms apply. Ball in the air inside the Everton half. Tarkowski takes charge. It breaks for Iwobi, far touchline on the halfway line, looking for Gordon, who's just got a little whack from Shaw, who squeezed it out to Fernandes. Gordon then takes his retribution out on Fernandes, and he thinks he got the ball. The referee said he didn't, yellow card. And then Shaw and Cody and Tarkowski end up in quite high confrontation over on the far side, and Fernandes is being accused of making the most of that. I thought that Anthony Gordon went in with too much intent, but he did get the ball first, only to take a little bit of the player afterwards. What did you think? Yeah,
well, he got frustrated, Anthony Gordon, because Luke Shaw has won the ball back from him, shoved him out the way. He's reacted in the right way in trying to get behind the ball, but it's just that fire inside your belly on the space of those 4 or 5 seconds, Sam. He's gone in at the side of Bruno Fernandes, who's actually looking over his shoulder. He's waiting for the challenge. And I think the referee's done the right thing. It just needs calming down Anthony Gordon. I said before, it's been a frustrating evening for him. And I think he just showed that to everybody in that period of time.
Well, the bad news is that as a result of that, he is going to miss Everton's next match. He's suspended for the game against Tottenham Hotspur now, and Anthony Gordon, for an accumulation of yellow cards.
Shaw to take the free kick over on the far side. He's left it for Ericsson, right footed into the box, and it's gone all the way through. No one got a touch on it, and it goes into the arms of Pickford, who wanted to release it quickly, but no one got up the pitch. So Pickford now has waited, held on to it, and then smashed it forward. Mopé is chasing it, and Casemiro's going to allow it to run, and it goes all the way out for a goal kick at the other end now. It wasn't a great free kick from Ericsson. It wasn't a bad free kick from Ericsson, but no one was really attacking it at the near post. It's a little bit too high for Lisandro Martinez, and it's out for a goal kick at the other end after Pickford smashed it forward. That is a problem, isn't it? Picking up 5 bookings already at this stage of the season. This is the 9th game of the campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be so careful. You've got to be so disciplined. Certainly, we're coming towards October-November period now where the games come round thick and fast. The managers will be thinking to themselves, I've got to try and use my squad as much as I possibly can. The last thing that they need is players missing games through suspension.
McNeil is about to come on for Everton as they prepare to make a change here with 25 to go. 2-1 to Manchester United, live on TalkSport with Car Finance 24/7. Search Car Finance 247.com. Pickford back to Tarkowski. Bit of frustration amongst the Everton support, I think, for the fact that they haven't really taken the game to Manchester United. Manchester United have been okay, nothing more than that. Everton maybe, I think some of the supporters feel that actually they could probably be got at if you had a little bit more of a go at them.
No, absolutely, and I think that's why Frank Lampard's probably looking at Dwight McNeil now, and I'm sure before the game ends that we're going to be looking at Dominic Calvert-Lewin also, because there's opportunities. We've talked about the fullbacks from Manchester United.
Good play from Onana down the left-hand side. Lovely cross into the box. Anthony Gordon is trying to smuggle it home. He hits it with his first-time header, then breaks out towards this near side. Goes back to Gordon inside the box from Iwobi. He's trying to get the better of Martinez. Iwobi back into the area. No one there. Away by Dallo. Comes out as far as Gay. Gay tries to poke it forward. Was he fouled? The referee says no. They break Manchester United up over the halfway line. It's led by Fernandes and on to Rashford. Rashford steaming down the right side now. Into the box with a cross towards the far post. Coleman was there to stop it from really reaching Ronaldo. And it's kicked out of play into the park stand and out for a corner.
Manchester United can be absolutely frightening when they break forward with the pace and the quality that they have. When Rashford now burst over on that right hand side, just has a little look up and he can see the run of Ronaldo trying to get in the area. It's a brilliant challenge from Seamus Coleman. It's nearly a fantastic ball from Rashford that was just falling towards Ronaldo.
Corner number 4 for Christian Eriksen and for Manchester United. They play it short to Anthony once again. Eriksen gets a different angle on it, left-footed, elevates it far too high, and it goes right over the top of everybody in red and blue and out for a goal kick away to our right. So here's the change. It's Anthony Gordon coming off, and on comes Dwight McNeil for the first Everton change. And McNeil, who I think might feel as if he was a little hard done by, having scored last week, to then find himself on the bench tonight, but such has been the form of Anthony Gordon so far this season, it's a bit difficult to leave him out after an illness.
Yeah, it certainly was, but I think, you talk about confidence, and Dwight McNeil certainly needed a little bit of confidence, probably taken away from him not being in the starting 11, but it looks like he's gone up front, whether he drifts over onto that right hand side as the game goes on alongside Mopé. It certainly looks that way now. But if he can try and work a little bit of quality onto that left foot, he can try and make something happen for his team.
Mikalenko moves out towards the left side, pokes it into Mopé inside the area, tries to pull it through towards Gray, looked to try and backheel it back to Mopé, didn't work out. Shaw attempted to clear, they've given it to Onana edge of the area. His strike is blocked by Dallo, and it breaks to the far side, the Everton right. They attack again with Iwobi. There's certainly been a bit more of an attacking force about Everton in this second half. Gray picks it up right side inside the area, left-footed drive, it's chased a deflection, might come through to McNeil, who's lurking at the far post. He keeps it alive with a hook ball back into the box, but it's headed away by Manchester United. They don't get anywhere near the halfway line before Coleman's got it back again, and Everton keep the pressure on. 68 on the clock, ball pinged by Tarkowski, but it's too heavy from him, and it will drift out of play. He was searching for Iwobi, who was cantering down the right, but the ball was too hefty and it goes out of play and away for a goal kick away to our leg. So it's Everton 1, Manchester United 2. The latest odds from Betfair, the official betting partner of TalkSport's Premier League coverage, where right now you can get Everton to win at 22-1, Manchester United to win is 5-1 on. The draw is 4-1. It's all thanks to Betfair. 18+, begambleaware.org. McNeil on for the final 25 minutes of the game. Can he make a difference? Manchester United who had to make an early change when Martial was replaced by Cristiano Ronaldo, who certainly made an impact on the match. He scored his 700th club career goal tonight, but he hasn't really been involved that much in other parts of the play.
I think this game, Sam, it's never really felt like either side have been in control and felt comfortable in the game at all. It's always been lived on a knife edge, if you like, and somebody waiting for a mistake rather than us looking for that great bit of quality from somebody from, I don't know, maybe the centre circle out wide to a Man United player and then put the ball in the air. It's not felt that kind of game.
Goes towards the far post, headed away by Dalot. Haven't had to wait too long for a mistake every now and again.
Absolutely.
Here is McNeil looking for Onana, who tries to force the ball away from Casemiro, dives in, plays it against the defender, goes out for a corner, and Onana celebrates like he's scored a goal, winning the corner, the first of the game for Everton.
Yeah, and what a chance this is. We talked about that lack of height for Manchester United, albeit Cristiano Ronaldo worked his way into the 6-yard box, but you look at the size of some of these Everton players, the two centre-halves, Onana, this is a big chance for them.
Here's the corner to be taken by Gray in front of the Gladys Street, wide on the Everton left. It's deep towards the far post. Onana with a header back across the face of goal, but it's over the top of the crossbar. And it was just a little bit too high for him to try and angle that back towards the far corner. And it goes over the top of the bar and out for a goal kick away to our left. But there's certainly a bit more pressure coming from Everton now.
Yeah, there will be. They'll have that surge towards the end of the game. The Evertonian support will get behind them, trying to look for that equalising goal. And it might be from a set piece, a wide free kick, a corner. And Arno on this occasion, he was just tracking back a little bit. He had to lean back to try and head that one underneath the crossbar.
Manchester United's record here has not been good in recent times. They've only won one of their last 7 league visits to Everton. That was 3-1 away in November 2020. They were victorious in 13 of their first 16 Premier League visits to Goodison Park, but have won only 4 of the subsequent 14 attempts. And the record isn't brilliant. Can Manchester United hold on to this? They lead by 2-1. It's Fernandes over on the wide right towards the far post looking for Ronaldo. Out comes Pickford and gets there just in the nick of time. And then wants his team to move forward at pace so he can release the ball, but there's no one there showing for it.
And Sam, this is what I talk about, players hiding. I mean, Jordan Pickford's, he's done great there. He's won the ball as the ball's come across to his area. And Nana and Idrissa Gueye have no interest whatsoever of now picking the ball. As in the first half, they were looking at the goalkeeper, they were playing out from the back, albeit, yes, they lost it on a couple of occasions, but had no interest whatsoever of picking that ball up.
Good ball out by Fernandes towards Eriksen. Eriksen with a chance to cross low into the near post, away by Cody, who flicks it into the Manchester United fans that are in that small corner of the Bullens Road stand towards the park end, in the lower tier, screaming and shouting, and on the top tier as well, standing on their feet, screaming at their players to try and roar them to victory with 18 minutes to go live on TalkSport. Tomorrow night, Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. European football keeping you warm throughout the week. Breakfast tomorrow will be pretty interesting with Ali McCoist and Laura Wood. Laura, I think, will probably be in a good mood tomorrow morning after Arsenal's victory over Liverpool today. Jamie O'Hara, who would have been watching Tottenham Hotspur on Saturday night and their narrow win away at Brighton and Hove Albion, will be on the show from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. You'll be able to hear them pick apart the weekend's football. And then White and Jordan and Graham Souness back together at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning on TalkSport. Pressure from Damari Gray on Lisandro Martinez. The ball goes out. It's away for a goal kick. And here comes a change. Dominic Calvert-Lewin about to go on for Everton. He's been very, very unlucky, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, with injuries over the course of the last year or so. He had such a terrific spell a couple of seasons back. He was scoring goals for fun. 15 goals 3 seasons ago, 21 the season after, and then injury struck. Here is Anthony into the Everton penalty area towards the left. Comes back to Eriksen, who shoots from distance but didn't catch it right, and it sails over the top of the crossbar.
What a chance. Again, you talk about opportunities in a game where the opportunities are few and far between. a break from Manchester United over on this right hand side. Anthony does ever so well, he pulls it towards the edge of the 18-yard area. When Ericsson sets up for that, we know he's got the quality, you just have to make contact with it. The pace was on the pass, keep it low.
Still waiting for his first Manchester United goal as the foul goes in from Fernandes on Tarkowski. They want a free kick, Everton. They're going to get it eventually, and Pickford is going to launch it forward. It's a little bit late, was it, from Fernandes? Just a little bit.
The game's certainly gone that way now, Sam, hasn't it? You know, any contact now, players are going to go to ground if they feel any little bit of pressure.
Well, Gray's just gone down and Martinez has emerged with the ball, and Manchester United are counter-attacking again with Ronaldo, then Anthony. The ball flicks up into the air. It's Marcus Rashford on the half volley towards the near corner, and Pickford went across to his right. It was a target from Marcus Rashford.
Well, Rashford had the opportunity to strike that a little bit early, but you just see this run of Cristiano Ronaldo. When it falls to Rashford, he gets in his way. He has to bide his time to take his strike. Ronaldo should have just stayed out of the way, left it to Marcus Rashford on his right foot, and he could have got his shot away a lot quicker.
So, changes. And here comes the first one. Off comes Seamus Coleman to be replaced by James Garner. Now, James Garner is making his debut for Everton after a £15 million move from Manchester United after a successful loan spell at Forest last year. He made 49 appearances for Forest last campaign. He did very well for them. He was excellent in midfield. He's been associated with Manchester United for many a year. He's now at Everton. And so is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who comes on up front for Idrissa Gana-Gueye. So an aggressive change. Iwobi, I think, he's going to right back. It's going to be Onana and Garner in the middle. Two wingers, two forwards.
Yeah, well, they're going for it. We said that Dominic Calvert-Lewin had to come on the field in that central forward area just to cause problems to Lindelof and Martinez with his aerial threat and the pace and the running in behind. Strange one to see Iwobi going at right back, but we know he can do that. He loves getting forward, and he's got the quality when he gets in that final third.
Manchester United are going to have to be ready to face a barrage of Everton attacks now, I feel, for the last 15 minutes of the game. It's 2-1 to Manchester United. Everton with Calvert-Lewin and Mopé in attack now, and two wingers in Gray and Dwight McNeil. If they can win the ball in midfield, if they can keep hold of it and spread the play to those wingers, they'll have a chance. There's a lot of men committed forward. Garner picks it up, lays it onto Mopé, edge of the area, trying to roll the defender Martinez. Across comes Lindelof and takes it out to the far side. He distributes outfield, and then Fernandes finds Ronaldo, and then back again, and Ronaldo into centre midfield for Casemiro, whose ball is wayward, picked off by Mikalenko, and Arna's got it now, onto Gray, urged forward by the Everton support. The Gladys Street end away to our left, trying to pull the Everton blue shirts towards them, picked up by Grays in the midpoint of the United half, flicked in towards Mopé, couldn't get it out of his feet. Ericsson will pick it up at the base of the midfield, up to Rashford, then Fernandes, space out wide on the right for Anthony. Ronaldo's got it instead, and it's good strong tackle from Cody, and then lovely footwork from Iwobi into McNeil. He's under pressure, loses it to Ericsson. It's a foul by Garner. Free kick given to Manchester United just short of the centre circle.
Yeah, foul, but what an opportunity again for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes has just had to take more care with his pass. He tries to play it out wide to the left-hand side to Cristiano Ronaldo, and Conor Cody's the man chasing him down. And he gives the centre-half the chance to get across and make the challenge when he should have been nowhere near it. And that's what I talk about, being in control of the game, Sam. It's never felt that way for either side this evening.
Ericsson out to Shaw, and then towards Rashford again, who travels backwards rather than forwards. 12.5 minutes to go. Ball up to Casemiro, loose from Casemiro, encourages Everton to press and cause them problems. It's given away by Manchester United. Another turnover of possession in the middle of the park. It's been a bit like that tonight, sometimes very scrappy. Everton have certainly had more of the ball in the second half. They've had 36% possession now as Calvert-Lewin breaks down the left-hand side. Motors towards the left edge of the penalty area, gives it back to Gray. Gray goes and takes on Dallo, a low ball into the box, which is stopped by Casemiro, cleared out by the Manchester United player, and then Mykolenko chasing back with Anthony, can't get there before the Brazilian tucks infield on the halfway line. They need to open up the pitch here, United. They do that by looking for Eriksen far side, headed down to Shaw back to Eriksen trying to keep things ticking over, and Manchester United then revert to a walking place. Looks like Scott McTominay is going to come on for Manchester United. They're going to make another substitution. Eriksen, that's a poor ball. Iwobi's picked it off, and he needs options in front of him. There isn't too many. McNeil's sort of dropped into a midfield position there, and then it's gone back towards the halfway line, up to the centre circle for Cody. Cody slides it into Mopé, around the corner for Iwobi to join the attack now, up to McNeil. McNeil now, midway point of the Manchester United half, just a shade right of centre, into Onana, had a player behind him. It was Ronaldo, it was called by the crowd, out to Garner, and then on to Iwobi far side, who cuts in, needs some help. James Garner goes down the right side. McNeil takes it on, a left-footed ball into the area. Calvert-Lewin rising, just mistimed the flight of his jump, and actually if he'd got that right, he probably would have got a header on goal.
Yeah, well, look, this is what they have to do more, Everton. They have to try and find Dominic Calvert-Lewin from those wide positions. Just put the ball into a position. He will fight anybody. He's got two centre-halves, so we know he can leap higher than. He's probably taller than the two players without even jumping. But that is the positions. Everton, a lot more possession. They're going to press to try and get this equalising goal at the end of the game. Keep Dominic Calvert-Lewin in between those 18-yard lines and see what he can come up with.
Rashford has got the better of Tarkowski. He's running to the penalty area. He's beaten Pickford. He's popped it into an empty net, and Marcus Rashford has scored what is certainly going to be the winning goal for Manchester United. What a mistake by Tarkowski. Pickford came out to try and put him off, but couldn't stop him. He popped it round the England goalkeeper and fired into the empty net. His sixth goal of the season will ensure all 3 points for Erik ten Hag. It hasn't been a vintage Manchester United display, but it's going to be a winning one. Everton 1, Manchester United 3.
Well, Marcus Rashford certainly got a smile on his face now. A long clearance. Cristiano Ronaldo wins the ball, and you're just waiting because this game has just been glittered with him. Another mistake. If you go to ground, you have to win the ball. Take the player out, but win the ball. Tarkowski gets this completely wrong. Marcus Rashford, it just ricochets off him. A little dink around Jordan Pickford, and it's a nice finish with his left foot. He did have Ronaldo or Fernandes waiting for a little tap in the 18-yard box. When you've got the confidence in the form that Rashford's showing now, you ain't going to pass that. You're going to stick that one into the back of the net. We said it's not been a polished performance from Man United. Wow. VAR
says that was a handball in the build-up to the goal. As it came off Pickford, did it strike his arm? David Coote has said it did. The goal has been chalked off.
Well, I'm surprised at that, Sam. I really am. I mean, we've seen a replay of it now. I mean, no. Seriously?
Well, if it's for that, then no. Let's see it again. It comes off his body into his arm, and then does it come off again, his arm? No.
I think it's the one from Tarkowski where it catches his arm.
Tarkowski and hits his arm. I mean, it does hit his arm.
Yeah.
But the next action is not a goal-scoring move. But that is the player. He is the player who profits from a goal-scoring chance as a result of that. And in the law, I think that is the reason it's been chalked off. I mean, that is frustrating for Marcus Rashford, and it's frustrating for Manchester United. But it's given Everton renewed confidence that they can still take something from the game.
Andre Mariner is the guy at Stockley Park on VAR tonight. He should hang your head in shame. Because what are you supposed to do if somebody's challenging you and you're trying to jump over that player? The last thing you are thinking about is moving your arms out of the way because the ball is going to hit one of your arms. Marcus Rashford cannot do anything in that situation to get his arms out of the way of that. It's bounced up onto his arm. Then Jordan Pickford has come out. Another ricochet which did not hit his arm. That should still be a goal, Sam. That is an absolutely ridiculous decision from VAR.
Okay.
It is, though, Sam. You know, you can't. when somebody's making a challenge with you, you are not putting your arms behind your back to get them out of the way. You're trying to leap over the player. Probably the last thing you're thinking about is where the ball's going to end up. It's bounced off his arm, onto his chest, onto his knee, and then he still had a lot of work to do to put that ball in the back of the net. Andre Marriner must have watched that from an angle that I have not seen, because that is a crazy decision.
It is an offence if a player scores in an opponent's goal directly from their hand or arm, even if it's accidental, including by the goalkeeper, or immediately after the ball has touched their hand or arm, even if accidental. So it is an offence if a player scores in an opponent's goal immediately after the ball has touched their hand or arm, even if accidental. That is in the IFAB laws of the game, Law 12, fouls and misconduct.
Right, you're reading out the rule to me, and okay, so everybody's going to say you have to play to the laws. That is a crazy decision. I mean,
it wasn't immediately though, was it?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's ridiculous that somebody can sat watching that ball, and it was the challenge from Tarkowski. Marcus Rashford's running in. If Tarkowski doesn't make that challenge in the first place, the ball goes nowhere near his hand. It's so crazy.
Scott McTominay has fouled Tamari Gray. Mopé has gone off, by the way, and Rondon has come on during all that confusion about whether Rashford's goal should have stood or didn't. We know why it didn't now. Tamari Gray has been hurt by that challenge, and a yellow card has been issued to Scott McTominay, and he's another one who's going to miss the next game because of a booking, and he's only just come on as a substitute, Scott McTominay. All getting a little bit fractious.
And it's getting out of hand, Sam, isn't it? I think, there's going to be a lot of physicality until this final whistle blows. How much at a time, we do not know yet. But Everton are just throwing everything forward because they're trying now to get themselves on level terms after that goal being chalked off for Manchester United.
Very high Manchester United line to defend this free kick, which is on the halfway line. Pickford to take it, left-footed, drills it in towards Onana, whose header is too heavy and it's going to go well beyond Cody and go out for a goal kick away to our left. But listen, this changed the game because Rashford scores the goal, 3-1, it's over. As I said, it's a winning goal. But now, 4 minutes plus added time, all of a sudden, Mickey Gray, Everton just get one lucky break, 2-2, and Manchester United drop 2 points.
Well, Everton have had that surge of energy because of that decision. No, they've just had a real good opportunity there from a wide free kick to put a lot of pressure on this back line of Manchester United. It was a nice ball in, but you get the first header wrong, then that sting goes out of that energy that you've had. They've just got to keep putting this pressure on Manchester United. Look, go and lose the game 3-1. You've got to force and push a lot. Even your fullbacks, just get them in Manchester United's half and give yourself a chance of finding that equaliser.
Garner forward towards McNeil, further wide onto Iwobi, a yard in from the touchline, plays it against Luke Shaw. It goes out, and Luke Shaw kicked the ball away, but there's a multi-ball system now, so he just picks up another one.
Well, what he tried to do, Sam, was kick it against the other ball, and he missed it.
3 minutes to go. Iwobi's got it far side. Can he produce a cross? He can. It's a deep one in towards the near post, headed away by Lindelof, and it goes out of play over on the far side, and it's away for a throw-in, which Iwobi will take again into McNeil. And again, Everton just going backwards rather than forwards, and they've got to get the ball up in opposition territory. And Everton, who won at Southampton, having conceded first for the first time in 25 Premier League games, to do it twice in 2 weeks would be real progress. They'd have to score 2 goals in the last 3 minutes. Here's Gray into the box. I think they're just looking for a point at this moment in time. Tarkowski forward, up towards Garner. He wasn't strong enough in the tackle, and it breaks for Ronaldo. Ronaldo into Fernandes, who's on the edge of the centre circle, trying to turn. Picked up by Ronaldo again. 87 minutes on the clock. You're listening to Talk Sport. Ball picked up by Anthony, and then back to Casemiro. It's across to Martinez, and then he plays it forward, and it's picked off by McNeil before it can reach Shaw. It's out for a Manchester United throw, though. Time running out for Everton here.
Yeah, and there'll be no rush to take this throw in from Luke Shaw. I think what you'll see from Manchester United now, unless it's completely blatant, they'll just try and keep that ball maybe at the back, or they'll just try and throw it into the corners, just see out this time. Look, it hasn't been a brilliant performance. I think everybody must agree with that. But coming away from home, when you've seen Manchester United's away form over the last 10 games, if they can win this, it's a step forward.
Mikolenko intercedes as the ball comes towards the near touchline. It's fired away up towards Damari Gray, picked up by McTominay and played out towards the left-hand side. It goes back towards Rondon, who's chasing with Martinez. Martinez clears. It's going to be Cody who gets there first on the halfway line. And now, with 90 seconds remaining, Everton try to come forward. Onana is blocked off by Fernando. There's space out wide right for Iwobi though. Iwobi takes it midway into the United half, delivers the ball into the box. There's no one there to get on the end of it. It's away by Lindelof. Further clear by Casemiro, chested down by Iwobi, stretches for it. Cannons off of the former Real Madrid man. It's out for a Everton throw. Down in the right wing position. Iwobi's got it back from Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil's taken it back again. A left-footed cross into the area. Goalkeeper's close to it. He's going to stretch his arms into the air and collect it ahead of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And there are now less than 60 seconds to play on TalkSport on this Sunday night. Manchester United leading by 2-1. Alex Iwobi scored early in the game. Anthony equalised, and then Ronaldo scored his 700th club goal to make it 2-1 before half-time. In the second half, Marcus Rashford's had a goal scrubbed off for a handball decision, which I think a lot of people will be irritated by more than anything else. We've read you the copy of the law. Here is Gray on the left-hand side as Everton try to get themselves back into it. There hasn't been enough cut and thrust about them since that goal was chalked off, and we thought the momentum might go their way. Right-footed cross into the box. Aim towards Onana. Gets something on it, but not enough. And it's well wide of the goal, away to our left-hand side. He rose brilliantly there, Onana, but he couldn't get any power on the header, and he could only glance it towards the far corner, but it was 3 or 4 yards wide of the upright.
Yeah, he just got himself in there a little bit too early, Onana, where he needs to make his run from the edge of the 18-yard box. It was a decent ball in from Damari Gray. We have got a little bit more time for Everton to have one more opportunity in this game.
Just 4 added minutes at the end of the 90, live on TalkSport. And the ball cleared away by David De Gea. There was a foul by Ronaldo, and now is a free kick to Everton, right to the centre circle. So as a result of that, Pickford comes up to take the free kick. Every blue shirt goes forward. Manchester United want to hold a high line. Onana is standing in an offside position, and Everton have got to get this right. Pickford's distribution is usually good. Left-footed up towards Tarkowski, heads it in towards Rondon, falls for Cody, tries to feed Calvert-Lewin. He's gone to ground. Cody's kept it alive well on the left side of the box. Back to James Garner, right-footed, curls the ball towards the far corner, and it's tipped away by a sprawling David De Gea, who arcs his right arm up and pushes it round the post and out for a corner.
That was the chance that Everton have been waiting for in these final 4 minutes of added on time. David De Gea, how many times has he done that? What a super save.
Brilliant save. Corner kick, far side, taken by Dwight McNeil, right into the 6-yard box. Calvert-Lewin is up there, and he heads it wide and down and away to relative safety for Manchester United.
Oh, what a chance. And if it wanted to fall to anybody, it's Calvert-Lewin. He's got the leap on his marker.
It's definitely a corner, by the way. Oh my word, That is so much of a corner, you cannot believe it.
Yeah, it comes off Martinez, I think, the last touch. Calvert-Lewin wins that header from the corner. Martinez just turns his back, it comes off the side of his waist and goes out. It should have been a corner. Then again, it's a little bit of a lifeline for Manchester United.
Yeah, we're into the second, nearly third minute of 4 minutes added at the end of the 90, and Manchester United about to escape with a victory from Goodison Park. Ronaldo knocked to the floor, but I think the referee's given the free kick the other way. Varane is about to come on and replace Anthony, so they're going to stiffen up their defence for the final few seconds of the match here, Manchester United. And had 2 good chances, Everton, right at the end of the game, and David De Gea has been forced into a save, and I'm sure that should have been a corner after the header from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Anthony's eventually replaced by Varane. Pickford wants to take the free kick. Again, it's just beyond the centre circle. He's going to launch it forward. It's all very rudimentary stuff from Everton right at the end, but needs must. We're into the last 20 seconds of the 3rd minute of added time, so we're nearly at full time as the ball is flicked in towards the edge of the penalty area. It's on to Calvert-Lewin, who can't get there. Back out wide left to Gray, who goes down by the byline into the ball to the 6-yard box, comes out to Iwobi, he hits it first time, blocked by Varane. and then squeezed towards the far touchline where it's going to be picked up by McNeil. Back to the halfway line, forward by Mikalenko into the box. Tarkowski's going to attack it, but it's away by Dallow and out for a corner. Seconds remaining. Jordan Pickford turns to the bench. Can I go? Please, can I go? He's going anyway. He hasn't stopped walking. He's kept going. Now he is going. And we've got 48 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. We're into the fourth added minute here on TalkSport. Everton 1, Manchester United 2. Is there a late dramatic equaliser for Everton? Here's the delivery. Gray into the box. Pickford is up there, and it's flicked away for another corner by Varane, who got there just in front of Pickford.
Well, nobody picked Jordan Pickford up, and he was leaning towards that. It needed the touch. Oh, Jordan was on the end of that one, and again he finds himself in the 18-yard box unmarked.
Here's the corner. In towards the near post. Pickford is up there again. It takes a little deflection, comes out on this near side, and Manchester United trying to deal with it. It'll go out for a throw-in down by the corner flag. 48 minutes and 59 seconds. We've played injury time now. Everton's still searching for the equaliser. It's Mikalenko into the box. It's deep towards the far post. It's missed by De Gea. It's tucked behind. There might just be one more corner.
This is incredible. David Coots has just pointed for another corner. I thought he was going to put the whistle to mouth. He wants to see it out. Another corner for Everton.
Here it is, in towards the near post. Pickford is up there. It's flicked into the air. Anana's underneath it. Comes out to Garner. Cracks it goalwards. Hits Rashford. Goes out. The full-time whistle goes. And there is the victory for Manchester United. Everton's unbeaten run finally comes to an end at the hands of the Red Devils, who bounced back from defeat to Manchester City with consecutive wins in the Europa League and the Premier League. This might be an indication of what to expect from Erik ten Hag's team. Crushed by quality, respectable against the rest. It won't be a surprise for Erik ten Hag, who said last week, we're not that good, but that means there's room to improve, and slowly they might be doing a bit of that. Up to 5th in the Premier League thanks to a victory at Goodison Park, despite the fact that Marcus Rashford had a goal that he thought should have stood chalked off in the second half. Ronaldo will get the headlines for his 700th club career goal. That ends up being the winner. Everton 1, Manchester United 2.